What's going on, guys? JSR15 here and welcome back to another Pokemon episode review. We're on episode 133 now. We're getting very close to the finals of the Alolan League. I believe this is the 6th Pokemon episode review that I've done as well. And once again, big thank you to everybody that's been checking out the past few episodes. Some of these have been breaking 200, 300 views, so I really do appreciate it. But we're not here to talk about the old episodes, we're here to talk about this episode. And wow, what an episode it was. What an emotional roller coaster it was. Tell you what, points I was like this, super high, and points I was getting angry. I was like, can't believe this is happening. So, if you want to find out why I was feeling like that, continue watching. Let's jump into this week's Pokemon episode review. Okay, so this week's episode was episode 133, A Soaring Showdown, Brave Bird versus Sky Attack. So, like most of the episodes that we've seen in the Alolan League, this week's episode once again opens up with a preview of what's happened last week. We saw Gladion winning his battle, and we also see the beginnings of Ash and Howls. Once we've seen the preview, we now get to see Nanu, who has paused the battle to remove Rowlet's outfit from the field. If you remember, Decidueye hit Rowlet, and Rowlet jumped out of the outfit, and his outfit was just on the ground. So, Nanu's paused it, removed the outfit from the field. Once he's done that, the battle can now resume. Rowlet flies up in the air to get above Decidueye, but Decidueye is much bigger and way faster, so Decidueye gets above Rowlet. Both Pokemon then exchange a few moves, mainly Razor Leaf, Seed Bomb and Leaf Blade, until Decidueye lands a massive Leaf Blade, sending Rowlet to the ground. Decidueye goes for a Spirit Shackle to freeze Rowlet in place, then Decidueye goes for a Leaf Blade, throwing Rowlet to the wall this time. Rowlet somehow, by some miracle, manages to get back on its feet, but he's very injured and very hurt. Ash tells Rowlet to fly up into the sky. Rowlet does so and gets ready to use Brave Bird. While Rowlet is using Brave Bird, Decidueye counters it with Sky Attack, although in the anime Sky Attack's got to charge up before it can land its move. So Rowlet flies down to Decidueye, Decidueye jumps up from the ground to fly at Rowlet, and both clash in the air, and flying hit the ground. Seconds pass, there's no movement. Minutes pass, no movement. At this point I'm thinking, what is going to happen? You know, I'm getting nervous, I'm like, is Ash going to lose this battle? But then, Decidueye is the first to stand back up. Pan over to Rowlet, there is no movement. So Nanu calls it. How has won the match. Now at this point, I'm getting a bit annoyed. You know, everyone's cheering for How. Well done, How. You've won it. Of course, all of Ash's friends are a bit like, oh, has really that happened? Poor Ash is going to be really upset. Even the board has changed. It's kicked Ash off it, and it's shown that How is the winner. Now me, I'm like, is Ash actually lost? Another Pokemon League. After last time, getting to the finals, he's now lost in the top 8. I was thinking, no, there is no way they're going to end it like that. And I was right. Hala intervenes and says, "1 moment please." Hala and Nanu then go for a little chat, and Hala holds up a microphone and says he does not agree with the way that How has won the battle because Rowlet has not yet been knocked out. The camera then pans to Rowlet, and of course, what does Rowlet love to do more than anything? Yep, the reason Rowlet didn't get back up was because it fell asleep. Seriously, Rowlet? Seriously? Fell asleep on the battlefield. One of, if not the most important battles of its life, and it's fallen asleep. I'm sorry to everyone that likes Rowlet, but Rowlet is definitely the most unreliable Pokemon Ash has ever had. Yeah, okay, at one point Snorlax was there, so Snorlax used to sleep all the time, but Snorlax could put out the power. You know, Snorlax was a Pokemon that Ash could count on. With Rowlet, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about Rowlet. Anyway, of course you can imagine, Ash is really angry at Rowlet, goes up to Rowlet and shouts at Rowlet to wake him up. Rowlet jumps up in the air like he's just been woken up from a lovely sleep, and the battle can continue once again. So just like before, Rowlet flies up into the air, both of them exchange moves, Decidueye uses Spirit Shackle to trap Rowlet, but then this time, Decidueye goes for a full powered Sky Attack. Decidueye flies at Rowlet going super fast, but Rowlet has been practicing Feather Dance and manages to pull it off. Rowlet uses Feather Dance and flies up into the air, dodging Decidueye's attack. Now this time, Rowlet is above Decidueye and goes for a full powered Brave Bird, pushing Decidueye to the ground and knocking it out, meaning Ash is the official winner of this match. Although, I do feel like How has been cheated out of this battle. You know, I kind of feel like How should have won it. I want Ash to win it, obviously. I want Ash to finally win the league, but I do feel like How should have won that battle. Once everyone's done the cheering, you know, Ash and How have shook hands, you know, said well done to each other, we now get to see Melton, who is on top of the Pokemon Center. I believe it's the Pokemon Center. Anyway, why is Melton up there? Because it is calling the other Meltons. Maybe Melton is trying to combine with the others to become Melmetal. We'll have to see later on in the Pokemon League. Moving on from Melton, we now see How and Hala, who have an emotional chat. Of course, How is the grandson of Hala, so they're obviously having a very, very good chat there. Hala tells How that he did really, really well and it was a really good battle, and How begins to get upset and cry. Now, bear in mind, the reason that How didn't win this battle is because of his grandfather Hala. You know, Hala paused the battle and said he doesn't agree the way that How won the battle. If he didn't do that, How would be onto the top 4. How would be on his way to winning the league. After their emotional chat, we then get to see Team Rocket, who are doing their usual stuff, selling lots and lots of donuts and drinks. And it seems to be working. They're making quite a bit of money from it, it looks like. Okay, now it's time for the second battle of the episode, Sophocles versus Kiawe. Before the battle, Sophocles is telling Kiawe, at first I thought there was no way I could beat you. I'm sorry, Sophocles, there is no chance of you winning this battle. Absolute no way you are going to win this. I'm sorry, there's just no chance at all. Anyway, moving on to the battlefield, Sophocles is going with his Vikavolt, while Kiawe is choosing his Charizard for a change. Both of the Pokemon take turns to dish out moves. One fires, the other dodges, then that fires and the other one dodges. They both basically throw moves out and dodge until Charizard flies up in the air and uses Aerial Ace to aim at Vikavolt. Now Vikavolt decides to charge up a Zap Cannon. Bear in mind, Zap Cannon will be very effective with Charizard being part Flying type. Vikavolt shoots the Zap Cannon at Charizard and lands a very, very big hit on Charizard. Now it's time for Sophocles to use his Z move. Once again, I can't remember the name of the Z move, but Vikavolt uses the Z move for String Shot and ties Charizard up in a nice little ball and sends it flying to the ground. But before Charizard hits the ground, the episode ends right there. So there we go, that was the end of the episode. What do you guys think? If you haven't seen the episode, definitely go and see it. It was a very, very good episode. Highly recommend this one. So, what are my thoughts on the episode? Is it an interesting episode? Absolutely. You know, I thought it was a very, very good episode. Just because of the How and Ash, how that was, how the battle was, how it was with How winning, and then his grandfather intervening and saying, Ash needs another chance, you know, to fire back. I thought that was very, very good there. So the episode was called A Soaring Showdown, Brave Bird vs Sky Attack. And yeah, the title goes very well with the episode, as we get to see Brave Bird and Sky Attack both going against each other, and both being pretty much the deciding move of the battle. So would I recommend this episode? Absolutely. I thought it was one of the better ones we've had so far. Very, very much recommend this episode. So my final rating for this episode, what am I going to give it this time? I'm thinking I might give it an 8.5. Getting close to a 9. I thought it was a very, very good episode indeed. But hey, this is my opinion, so let me know what you thought of this episode down below in the comments. But there we go. End of the episode and end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit that thumbs up button to let me know that we're going to see more of these. Like I keep saying every single week, I'm going to do these until the end of the Alola region. Maybe into the next one, we'll have to see there. Comment down below in the comment section if you want to ask any questions or talk down there. Let me know what you thought of this episode as well. And finally, subscribe to the channel if you are new. And I'll see you next week with the next video. See you then.